I want to apologize in advance because today's You Don't Need That Shit video is a little bit different to the other ones because I film it actually 2 days early because right now when I'm filming this, I have a little bit of time off from work. I have my holidays and I just want to rot on the couch. I do a little bit of research work with my university shit because I'm about to write my bachelor thesis and that's all I do. But I had to do 1 day of filming so you don't have to wait for another You Don't Need That Shit. So today I'm filming, it's the Thursday, it's actually May 29th. Usually I would film on the Saturday, so a lot of other previews and launches and sneak peeks would happen on Friday, but this time 2 days early, so apologies for that. But I tried to gather as much of the new stuff as possible, starting with the new Gloss Gods skincare line. Yes, you heard right, Gloss Gods, the brand with the beautiful I actually forgot the name of the last palette. Wait a second, let me check. Dancing Lights. I was about to say Dancing Sky palette with that beautiful pastel emo palette, as some of you called it, or in general the Color of the Rain. These beautiful palettes, now they have skincare, and I can't wait for the first article in the beauty press where they report about Glow Recipe suing Gloss Gods because this collection is the Watermelon Dew collection. Honestly, I have a bit of weird feeling about this. First of all, I love Gloss Gods and I love watermelon skincare. Some of this stuff is so screaming Glow Recipe, Watermelon Dew copy that I am afraid that this is not a line that is going to be very, very long around. So it actually launches today as I'm filming this, so I cannot tell you anything about the prices, but actually I am interested in the Magic Milkshake Watermelon Cleanser. That sounds nice. I am interested in the Watermelon Glass Toner, and I'm interested in the Glass Skin Moisturizer and the Ceramide, a whipped moisturizer. And I'm pretty sure that I will get these products. I will buy them myself. I'm not interested in the primer serum because it's a grippy serum. I don't like that, or a grippy primer. I'm not into that. But in the other products, I am quite interested in. But again, to me, this screams a lot. We were inspired by Glow Recipe, and I am afraid that just as they tried with everybody else who tried to steal their idea, that this is going to be maybe a lawsuit. I hope really, really not, but it gives actually copy vibes. I don't want to say that Gloss Gods did this. Please don't get me wrong, because the concept of glass skin, the concept of watermelon and glass skin is not owned by Glow Recipe, but since they are the most popular in that field, I guess it might look like that. I will try it. I will report to you. As said, it launched today as I'm filming this, so when you see the video, it already is there. I put the links down below, and shipping actually starts on June 5th, so it is currently in a pre-order phase. And if you want, I can let you know on how I like the products or not. I also have a new sneak peeks of some gloss luxes from Tom Ford. I love the Gloss Luxe line. I do have only one, the Celestial shade from the winter collection last year, and I adore the formula. And here we have 4 new shades in Casablanca, All Access, West Coast, and East Coast. None of them look actually very, very interesting. If so, maybe the first one that is described, I think, as a pink, but to me it looks more like a darker mauve. I do like the formula as said, but they're also over 60 a piece, so that will be a decision. Moving on to a new announcement that Freya 86 did, a new collection with Shellwe makeup. Last year we had the Somber Garden collection with her, and I adore the eyeshadow palette. And now we have the what's it called? The Punk Bunny. We don't have a look inside yet, but the outside, let's be honest, looks freaking amazing. I'm pretty sure in the next You Don't Need That Shit we can talk about this. I am very, very excited for this. Does it have a launch date? No, not yet. Not yet. To be honest, from that packaging, I assume we get red, black, gray, maybe something like the Cherry palette, but in a little bit of a different format, maybe even an all matte palette. I don't know. I'm excited. And in that collection are apparently some new, because we have also lip muds again and lip gloss. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Same here, I'm affiliated with Shellwe Makeup, so if you want to get this, you can of course save some money with my code. Links and stuff is all down below, and as soon as we have more info, we will talk about it here. Let's move on to some new launches from Rare Beauty actually. So the brand is bringing out more soft pinch liquid blushes, minis, and I think not all of the shades are new, but there is at least one new shade. I think Wonder is also new, but I'm not sure. But that purple right up there, that is the shade Spirited. As soon as this lands in Germany, I will grab this, because these lilac, I know somebody commented, was it here or was it on Instagram? I don't know. But someone commented saying they're sick of all the lilacs popping up. I'm not. I'm here for this. I'm the targeted audience for this market, and I will lose all my money in lilac-y blushes. I also grabbed the new pink lilac shade from Dior. I am stoked. I'm excited. I want to cover myself in pink lilacs. Other than that, I still think that Rare Beauty is kind of on a downward hill, but I just moved on from a lot of their products and the quality, the contours, mwah, chef's kiss. But these liquid blushes, I only have one left in my collection, and this is going to be the second one that I want to have now. Can we please talk about this ridiculous nonsense from Plouise makeup? Aside the fact that I would never ever try Plouise makeup, a video on this topic coming very soon, I thought that the palette that you see here is just the palette for aesthetic reason put up 3 times. No. This is the palette. This thing there, the 150 shades, this is the palette. This is the fucking palette. This is the Plouise Wedding Wish Bridal Series, the Big Day XXXL palette. Apparently, this palette is 3 times the same palette, but with different finishes, because one is matte, one is metallic, and one is cream. Let's be 100% honest here. The idea of having a color story in 3 different versions of finishes 3 times, like in the same palette, is genius. Because a lot of the times I had a shimmer in a palette or a matte in a palette, and I wish that this was a metallic or other way around. So I do think that this idea is really genius. But why 50 per color story part? Why not 20 or 25 max? Because when you just look at these 50 shades of each compartment, 50% of this is redundant and can be cut off. Again, I appreciate the idea, although I'm not a fan of Plouise makeup, and I do see how this concept could be something innovative and new and something that I would buy. Not from Plouise makeup, but from other brands. But why that big? Like, that is too much. And I say this with the biggest love affair to big eyeshadow palettes ever to exist. This is too much. No thank you, I'm out. I will never try Plouise makeup. No, thank you. This is not a new makeup release. Well, kind of, because e.l.f. is now Rhode. If you missed the news, e.l.f. bought Rhode. I do think this is something that should be just viewed from different angles, because first of all, the text to this is a little bit different than all of the news that we saw, because the news is just saying that, oh my god, Hailey Bieber sold Rhode to e.l.f. for $1 billion. First of all, that's not really true. Someone on Reddit did a breakdown of the contract that was somewhere posted, and it's not 1 billion, it's less. That just being said. And here in the text, it says that Rhode partners with e.l.f. Beauty. And I guess because of that investment, e.l.f. is then basically the umbrella company of Rhode. And Hailey, the mean girl Bieber, will stay as a chief creative officer, head of innovation for Rhode, and strategic advisor to e.l.f. Beauty. Why is nobody talking about the fact that the mean girl is going to be the strategic advisor of the new mean girl brand e.l.f.? And I'm sorry that I'm saying this, but with all the copying of products and the mocking of brands in the mean girl behavior, they now have a mean girl as strategic advisor. So honestly, that partnering makes absolutely sense. What doesn't make really sense are all the comments saying that she had to sell her brand because Justin Bieber ruins her. First of all, Hailey Bieber, or as she was named before that, Hailey Baldwin, is a nepo baby in the purest definition, because she's a Baldwin, and I said that a couple times already. She married for the name Bieber, that's it. And if one thing never will happen, then is that her is going to be broke at all point. Sorry, but no sorry. It doesn't matter, because to me, she is the definition of nepo baby. She's the definition of a mean girl, and I think that partnering makes absolutely sense. So e.l.f. is a brand that I don't try at anymore. I don't like the vibe that e.l.f. has given me lately, and I will never try Rhode. Oh, I forgot that. Oh my god. I just filmed a video of brands that I will never try, and now I have to put one more part in there because I totally forgot Rhode. But now I have to put it back. So you now know the secret, that the part of Rhode in that video is filmed after this because I forgot it. But yeah, I just wanted to cover this. What I also want to say, a very naive version of this is to view this and say like e.l.f. raised the prices because of tariff, because there is apparently a news around that. I missed that completely. And now they bought Rhode for that high amount of money. This is a very naive perspective on this, because this is not how the industry in these types and these spheres of economy works. Just saying. And last but not least, we have a new release from Cryptine Cosmetics. I never tried their real eyeshadows. I only have their empty palettes. And I want to say that this palette, the Sunset Symphony, is not the one that I will be trying. The color story is really not for me. And when I looked at the color story, do you know what this reminded me of? It looks exactly like the Cleona Archeo palette. It has 2 pans more. Archeo has only 12. No, it hasn't. Both are 12 pan palettes, but honestly, while it's not shade by shade a dupe, but the vibe is very, very similar. It also has the sunsetty vibe, the blue, the sea, the yellow, the sand. It's basically a vibe dupe, and I'm not mad about this. I think this is a color story that a lot of people do like a lot. Archeo for me was actually on the maybe pile for the clutter, and I just put it back in the collection because I like to have complete collections. That's the only reason why I have this. But the color story is not for me. I really want to try Cryptine Cosmetics, but there has to be the color story that really tickles me to do that. So I'm really, really curious what you think of the new releases and of the e.l.f. Rhode thing. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please put them in the comments. I'm curious. We all are curious to see what everybody else is thinking. Is there anything from the the releases that is tickling you, let me also know. And if you stumble across some releases that I don't cover or that I didn't cover yet, or I barely talk about this specific brand, please tag me on it, because I am just a human being, and no, I cannot have an eye on all the releases that are here. So tag me on Instagram. That is going to be also then featured here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to miss out any of the other upcoming videos, and I see you very soon.